Hello everybody, I am Fuzzyface and we're back today with this McLaren career on Motorsport Manager. We're currently leading the Constructors' Championship at the moment. We've got a nice gap over Mercedes. Jenson Button, who we released at the end of last season, is currently winning the Drivers' Championship, doing really well in the Mercedes. We're being followed up by the Red Bulls of Van Dorn, Max Verstappen. Red Bull not doing too badly this season. Last time out in Beijing, we had a 1-2 finish, coming a lot earlier in this career than I would have expected. The first 1-2 finish that we've had, Lewis Hamilton bossed that race pretty much, even though early on he got hit by Daniel Ricciardo. He lost his rear wing. We managed to come back from all of that, even repaired a couple of his parts in the pits, and he still went on to win the race and pick up the full 25 points. Fernando Alonso, a decent second place for him. We're still waiting on the HQ. Since last time we have built, I can't remember if we actually did this since the last one, but anyway, we've had a new gearbox built. It is the best gearbox out of all the cars in Formula 1, and we've also had the time to build a new rear wing. At the moment now, because the rear wing's just finished building, we're going to build the next engine. We're going to go plus 10, plus 40, plus 40. That will give us up to a 1066, and then by the next time we come back to build an engine, we're going to have the next part of the test track built, so we can go ahead and, although these are all risky parts, aren't they? They're all risky parts. But we can possibly put this one in, and then the last build of the season, we can do the same, add this plus 35, and then the random legendary component. And then, hopefully the engine is going to be really competitive next season. This is going to cost us 1.9 million. We do have a lot of money spare, or not a lot of money, but we have enough money spare to go ahead and do this. It's going to be ready 17 days after this race. Going to be ready in time for Russia. Well, not in time for Russia, but it's going to be built before Russia. We're not going to be able to put that in the car because we haven't been able to put any of the new upgrades in the car yet, because we're still working on the reliability for the normal car. But as we've got it, everything's looking pretty reliable now. We're in the mid-70s, so we shouldn't have any problems this race. Dubai, pretty low wearing, especially on tyre wear. Fuel burn medium, 21 laps. So yeah, we're not doing too badly. We've also renegotiated this, or we got Gitanes back again, 5-star sponsors. It gave us an upfront payment of £2 million. We're going to be replacing Petronas. It looks like 4-star. We are back at 5-star now, although we were at 5-star when we got offered this 4-star. So hopefully we can get a nice, even bigger result from this new sponsorship here. Somewhat a bit decent, because this is the one that we usually go for, because even though we finished first and we had a third place from Alonso in the first race, we still go for 7th or above, because once these other cars start getting reliable, or we've just had a little bit of good luck so far, I don't think we're going to be able to continue being a podium car each time out. But anyway, we'll get into the race now. We do have, we're meeting up soon, because last season, if you remember, if you watched last season, Vancouver got removed from the calendar, so we're down for 15 races this year. This time the first vote is the addition of Vancouver back into the lineup, so we'll see how that goes. We abstained on everything last season, so we do have 4 extra votes. We might vote for Vancouver being put back in, but anyway, the next vote after that is medium length qualifying sessions, which would be good. 10 minutes, yeah, we're a little bit long at the moment at 20 minutes. And there's a lot of inaction on the track at the moment with the way the tyres are, because we only get 5 tyre of each compound, the pre-distributed, and even the AI only seems to run once in the Q1 and Q2, then real safety car, and then low profile tyres. These low profile tyres look phenomenal, but they aren't the fastest tyres around. On the plus side, they are the second cheapest tyres available, so might be having tyres that slow the car down next season. But if it comes to that, it comes to that. We're going to go, we'll go for this one, because we don't often qualify really high up, and if we went for this one and qualified 7th but finished 3rd, we'd only pick up 500,000, whereas we might as well go for the full 600,000. We get near enough 2 million. Both drivers happy with the car at the moment, so we'll come back when all the pre-race stuff has been done, and we'll get into the race from there. Quite surprising in qualifying, Lewis Hamilton didn't make it out of Q2. He couldn't put a good enough lap together to get out of Q2. Hamilton does have the slightly better car. He is the slightly better rated driver, but the way Alonso's car's set up, maybe he's just got the better car that suits this track. Hamilton did a 1:13.5 in Q1. He was struggling to get out of Q1 as well because we tried to do it on the soft tyres to leave enough super softs left over. Hamilton was in 16th place on the soft tyre. As you can see, he was about 2/10 behind Alonso, not good enough to get out of Q2. Alonso meanwhile finished 7th, and we've got Vettel on pole, Button on 2nd, Bottas 3rd, Ricciardo 4th, Raikkonen 5th, and Stoffel Van Dorn in 6th. So hopefully we can get something going out of this race. We can switch strategies with Hamilton now and do a 1-stop, which is what we were going to try and do anyway, because I feel he would have had enough left in his super soft tyre that he did qualifying on to go long enough to get into the medium tyres, whereas Alonso's tyre wear is not as good. He's going to have to 2-stop this race, because as you can see, Hamilton can get 14 laps out of a medium tyre, whereas Alonso can only get 13. As you can see, it had been 6. It had been pretty tight, but we could have possibly got the mediums to the end of the race. As it is, we can go pretty easily. We can go super soft and then soft, or should we start on? The super softs are actually not that much quicker, are they? But we can get in for... yeah, we'll go soft early, see if we can get to the 12 laps, and then we'll come into the quicker tyre for the end of the race. Is what we'll do with Hamilton. Alonso's got no choice but to be on his qualifying tyre, and we can really push the tyres with Alonso, but we have to look after them a little bit more with Hamilton, so we won't get them too hot. The weather is looking pretty hot here in Dubai. It's 26 degrees but dropping. It's dropping though, so let's see if we can get a decent start here. Alonso looks to be away quickly but backs off, ends up losing a few places, drops to 9th place. Hamilton meanwhile has dropped all the way to 16th place here. Maybe we'll get him pushing his tyres a little bit more, get some heat into them earlier. Alonso meanwhile is behind Gasly now. He's lost more places. Alonso down to 12th, wins a few back. He's got one of the Toro Rossos, that's Kvyat, battling with him. Manages to stay in front, but we're behind the Red Bulls. No, we've got past one of the Red Bulls of Verstappen. We're now currently behind Pierre Gasly, who's on a medium tyre. He must have made an amazing start in the other Toro Rosso, but Alonso now moves back up to 8th place. His tyre's getting really hot early on here. We're going to save fuel with Alonso. Yeah, we're just going to high mode with Alonso. We'll keep pushing with Hamilton though. He needs to try and get out the field a little bit on these super softs. He gets past the Sauber of Ericsson and past the Toro Rosso of Gasly. Works his way back up into 9th place beautifully. He's almost on the tail of Fernando Alonso here, who is battling with... that's not Daniel Ricciardo. He's battling with Van Dorn. Ricciardo's a bit further down the field in the Williams. I was saying he's not still at Red Bull. He was saying he was in front of us, but he wasn't. But we've got a little bit of a boost now. We'll use a boost down this straight, and then we'll turn it off at the end. But there, Hamilton sailing past Alonso. These super soft tyre, the soft tyres, hanging on here. So we can turn these down now. We'll go back to high mode for Hamilton. We'll push a little bit. We'll push with Alonso as well. Hamilton moves past Van Dorn up into 7th place. Brilliant racing from Hamilton. Right, we just need to get these tyres now to lap 11. We have pushed them a little bit further than what I would have hoped, but we needed to get Hamilton into the right position for this race. Alonso now coming back now that he's on the quicker tyre and that we slowed Hamilton down a little bit. Alonso on the back of Van Dorn. We'll try and get him a little bit closer by using the boost. Can't get any closer to him though. Hamilton meanwhile 9th place here. So not doing too badly here. We shouldn't have any problems with the condition of the car. Things still looking good in Alonso's car. Front wing dropping a little bit more quicker, but it should be alright to the end of the race. What we're going to do is we're going to go conserve with Hamilton. We're not going to be able to get past Alonso, so we might as well try hang on to these tyres as long as we can. Alonso meanwhile is going to have to pit. He is going to have to pit. Might work out no, because Van Dorn's coming in as well, so we're not going to get the undercut. But we can go super soft for the rest of the race. We are possibly the only team that has the full complement of super soft tyres for each stop if we're doing a 2-stopper. So hopefully that's going to work out in our favour here. We're not going to risk the fast one just yet because we've had a lot of problems with the pit crew. We know we've got a new pit crew this year, but I don't want to risk it just yet. These tyres just not cooling down at all. Alonso, they're out into 20th. He's got a little bit of a gap to work with here. We can push these tyres as well now. Got a little bit of a gap to work with, although we're stuck behind the Russian time of Rio Haryanto now. Just need to get past him with the boost. Hamilton running 4th at the moment. Button, Vettel, Ricciardo still staying out. Alonso 34 seconds down. Currently battling with Van Dorn at the moment. Don't have to watch the fuel too much at the moment. Still alright for fuel. Looks like we're going to be able to get to lap 12 with Hamilton. And there Vettel has pitted, got out in front. Alonso meanwhile now back up into 12th. We're still stuck behind a Russian time of Magnussen. We'll boost. We'll try and get past him with a boost. And there it goes. And we can take Van Dorn as well. All in one nice swift move. We're just going to push. Yeah, we'll just push the hell out of these tyres. There's no real chance of us getting them to cool down. So we might as well just go in attack mode for a long time on this second stint. We don't need to look after these tyres. Hamilton meanwhile 2nd place, although he hasn't pitted yet. He's got a lot of boost left. We're going to be able to get this set of tyres pretty far into the race. I don't know where he's going to come back out if he pitted this time round. He would be back out in 8th place. And a lot of these are on slower medium tyres now to try and get through to the end of the race. I'm guessing Alonso is one of the only ones. And Bottas is going to 2-stop. We're just going to really push this tyre. I'll go high for a little bit. Hamilton meanwhile, he's got another lap in these tyres. Yes, he's going to get to the right position with these tyres. That's Kvyat into the pits and out, but 20th, Hamilton 2nd. What's it going to be like here? We're going to be able to get these two cars. So Alonso has moved up the field, but he's still got another pit stop to go. Hamilton meanwhile, we could possibly go for another lap after this, but these tyres getting a little bit slow. We would have to manage these tyres. It's pretty hot. Should we go the extra lap? Where's he going to come out this lap? He'd come out 5th. Would come out 5th at the moment. He's got quite a big gap. We're actually losing time here. 12.2. Yeah, we'll keep him out just this extra lap because we can boost as well. I know the tyre's pretty short at the moment, but the soft can get down to about 15%. Look at that, we set the quickest first sector with the boost. What we're going to be like compared to the last lap after this one, right? So we're going to hit the pits now. We're going to get this super soft on till the end of the race. Whereas Alonso, meanwhile, now has to make his 2nd pit stop. He's going to be back out in 20th. Doesn't look good for him, does it? Just see what happens. Here comes Hamilton into the pits. On for his last pair of tyres of the race. Gonna go medium now. We've got a lot of fuel to recover, haven't we? Might just have to go. No, Alonso gets back out in 7th. What were you saying? He'd be back out in 20th for? I knew that wasn't right. So Hamilton back out in 2nd place. He doesn't have another pit stop to make at all now. But Jerome D'Ambrosio 2 seconds behind on a slower tyre. Vettel in front. Should be able to get to the end of the race. So we just need to look after this fuel. We might have to go low mode with Hamilton to recover some of that fuel. Alonso meanwhile 7th. There's 2-stopper not working out for him. But there's no real option when we had to go with the tyres that we qualified on. Back up at 6th now. A lot of other cars starting to have a lot of reliability problems. Meanwhile, the engine is looking not too good at the moment. It should be good enough to get to the end of the race. Hopefully. Hopefully it is. And Hamilton, meanwhile, Ambrosio is running in low mode, so we might as well run in low mode as well. Try and recover some of this fuel. Alonso, meanwhile, now up into 5th place. Van Dorn needs to pit again. It's going to be close for Ambrosio as well. AI hasn't done a right good job of looking after the tyres this time out. Whereas we're still running low with Hamilton. We've still got a 6-second gap to D'Ambrosio. Van Dorn after that has got to pit, so it's just D'Ambrosio we have to hold off here with Hamilton. We can run low mode until we can recover the fuel. Meanwhile, Alonso 5th place, got a little bit of a boost to make. Can't really battle with Van Dorn. It's a long way to D'Ambrosio, but he should be slowing down towards the end of the race, so he might, and he's got problems with his car as well. So Alonso in 5th place, still trying to recover this fuel. You might need to go low mode with Alonso as well to try and recover. Take 3 laps to do this, so we're still, yeah, D'Ambrosio's coming to the pits, has he? Where is he? No, he's just dropping down. Is he broken down? No, he's just having problems with the car. So we just have to watch it. No, Van Dorn has to pit anyway, so we're in no trouble with Hamilton, are we? We could lose the place to Van Dorn and know that we're going to gain it back when he has to come into the pits. Alonso, meanwhile, just has to bide his time as well, because we know there were Ambrosio and Van Dorn both in the pits. So what is Vettel's car like? Vettel's not in trouble, so looks like another 2 podiums here if we can just go around. Hopefully Hamilton's not going to run out of fuel. We should be able to recover easy enough. Alonso's quite a way behind Hamilton. We can just keep going like this. We don't even need to risk anything till the end of the race. 3 laps remaining. Fuel is under control. Although not quite with Alonso here. Although there's 3 laps remaining for Alonso now, so yeah, under control. Under control here, that we can go back medium. Engine looking alright. Engine not in trouble of going before the end of the race. It's a little lower than I would have liked it to be, but Alonso, meanwhile, he's got to hold off Raikkonen, but Raikkonen's medium tyre's about to go. And he's backing off. Van Dorn should be coming back now. He's got a fresh pair of mediums on. What is he doing with his car? Actually got the engine in low mode. I wonder if he's having trouble with his engine that he can't push at the moment, because he's not actually gaining on us. Although about 0.6 of a second last lap. So let's just see what the lap times are like. Who's in the pits? Oh, that's Raikkonen in the pits. So 3rd, our lap time, that time was a 1:18.2. Van Dorn is a 1:18.2 as well, yeah, so we're going to be able to hold off here for the final lap. Fuel is going to recover beautifully. Alonso's tyres a little bit on the edge, but good enough to get him to the end of the race. And we've got all this boost as well that we can use. We might as well use it till the finish line. Hamilton finishes on a 1:17.2. Alonso finishes on a 1:16.8 with the boost. But there, wonderful, wonderful race. Dubai, another 2 cars on the podium, 2nd and 3rd. Hamilton doing brilliant from his position, managing to work that 1 stop well. Alonso, even with the 2 stops, manages to get back into 3rd place. So absolutely brilliant from both our cars there. We didn't run into any real trouble. A 1:16.8, this is one of the quickest laps of the race, but look at that, a 1:15.6 from Jenson Button at one point. He ran a 1-stopper as well, but came in 5th, so I don't know if he had problems with his car. He didn't look to be having any problems with his car, but he might have been, so that is another good result for us, and will give us another little bit of an extension on our lead at the top of the championship this year. So scrutineering complete, we pick up a massive 33 points. The other Ferrari outside the points as well. Mercedes had Jenson Button in the points and Bottas outside the points. Russian time still struggling. So there we go. 2 cars on the podium once again. And Hamilton now 5 points in front of Alonso, 3 points in front of Jenson Button. It's going to be pretty interesting if we can keep this going. I won't expect us to keep it going, but we've got a 43-point lead at the moment. But we are getting the new engine upgrades as well, which should improve our competitiveness in qualifying and the race as well. Once all these other cars start getting their reliability back, we're probably at a point where we can sort of keep this gap going till the end of the season. So it's going to be pretty interesting indeed. So everyone's still happy at the moment. We came 1st overall. And we've got new sponsorships coming up after this, so we'll see what we can get from that, although we'll leave that till the next episode, I think. Happiness, Sat Brown happy. Yeah, just working really well this season. Mick Schumacher's up to 3.5 stars at the moment now. We take 1.6 into the bank. Yeah, that's because we gave out bonuses, isn't it? We had to pay driver bonuses for that race. 200,000 to Alonso and 96,000 to Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, so that's good enough. Back over 5 million. Won't allow us to get building on something after the next engine build is done. But anyway, that is it for this episode. Absolutely brilliant once again. We've got Russia coming up. What did we do last season in Russia? Can we look? Can we actually look at the calendar for last year? I don't think you can. No, we can't look at what happened last year. Although we can have a look at what Alonso did. I think Alonso crashed last year. Can we? No, we can't actually look last year either, can we? Yeah, so anyway, that is the end of this episode. Another brilliant result in Dubai. Next time we'll be in Russia. But if you're not already subscribed and you want to subscribe, hit that subscribe button down below. You know you want to. Give me a thumbs up if you think we're doing excellent this season. But until next time, I'll see you down the road in Russia for the Black Sea Grand Prix. And goodbye.